What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel for one of, if not the most anticipated round back here I think I've ever done. Playing another GSPro round, but as you can tell by probably the title and the thumbnail, we are playing Bushwood CC. And if you guys are familiar, one of the best movies of all time, definitely one of the best golf movies of all time. This is the home of Caddyshack. So technically, this course was filmed at Grand Oaks Golf Club in Davie, Florida. I did some research. I guess the reason why the makers of Caddyshack, the original Caddyshack, picked that course was because there was no palm trees. So I think it was originally, it was something like Michigan. It was like, it was supposed to be based in Illinois and something with Michigan or something along those lines. But basically they filmed it in Florida. And go figure, in GSPro, I searched it up. Graylem had a good idea of something along these lines, and I searched it up, and go figure, something like this is available within GSPro. So when I searched it, D-Lug Golf was one of the only people, if not the only people, that have ever played this, and he actually didn't know it was the Caddyshack course. So looking forward to give this a go. Again, iconic movie, iconic course. This should be awesome, and the course designer did an awesome job with this. So real quick, when I first started this, the other course, Grand Oaks, is also available here. The same designer, Run Pud Run, did both of them, so they're both available. But for this Bushwood one, for Caddyshack, when you first start the round, it plays the theme song first. So I just had to let that play because obviously I can't show that, unfortunately, or can't have that included. But it plays the theme song. Throughout the round, you'll hear sound bites depending on what happens with the shot. I'm sure I'll talk over some of them, but they'll just keep going. So you hear different sound clips. Hopefully I don't have any issues with that. If I do, I may have to take the video down and take out the audio because of that, but it would be really cool if I'm able to leave that in. But you'll hear sound bites from the movie as I'm hitting shots throughout the round. And also, the coolest part about this round is the weather is dynamic. So we start off, as you can see, pretty clear skies. As we get going into the round, it actually starts to rain and then clears up after. So basically like that famous scene in the movie with Bill Murray caddying, and the doctor, whoever that guy was, having the round of his life. But we're gonna give this a go. So again, awesome job. Really kind of mind-blowing, the designer, Run Pud Run, that was able to do this. The Caddyshack course, Bushwood Country Club. Real quick for the rundown, everything's linked down below in the description. I'd appreciate if you guys could check out those Amazon links. Great way to support the channel at no additional cost to you. But Garmin Approach R10 behind me on a DIY level stand, Country Club Elite mat, Callaway Superfast balls, DIY stance mat, 10x7 nets, and GSPro you're seeing on my gaming laptop. Last time I was out here, I unfortunately kind of got rained out. We had one of those. There's only a 1% chance today. It's only about 50 degrees. Last time there was basically the same thing, 1% chance, but it started to sprinkle at the end, right between when I set up the second round and, or right between the first round and the second round. We had like literally like a 3-minute shower. It was a good, I guess, practice run, fire drill, so to speak, for taking down my laptop. I ran everything in, but it was just enough to where I broke everything down. I had to take all my clubs out of my bag, dry them off so there was no rust or anything. Take everything out, dry it off, and then, of course, as soon as I got in and took things out and got everything dry and inside and safe, the sun came back out again. But hopefully we won't have that issue today. But let's get started with the first hole fly over here at the famous Bushwood. So before we get started, I guess all I have to say is I don't think the heavy stuff is going to come down for quite a while. So again, I'm really looking forward to this. I clicked through GSPro. If you guys aren't aware, you're able to actually go through and play courses if you want with the mouse. So I was able to go through and kind of check things out, which is why I knew about the theme song at the beginning, and then hopefully that doesn't play again. And then the sound bites and also the weather, that should be pretty awesome here as we get going. But let's see what we can do here. Only took about 5 warm-up shots. Swing feels all right, but hopefully put up a halfway decent score here. So aim about there. Hopefully get off to a decent start. I would love if you guys put some of the iconic quotes down in the comments from this movie. I watched this is a lengthy intro, but good reason to watch Caddyshack again. I watched Caddyshack 1 first, obviously, and then Caddyshack 2. I know Caddyshack 2, sequel's never as good as the original, but I do enjoy that movie as well. I know that's probably blasphemy for some of you people. Obviously, it's not quite as good as the first one, but I do enjoy the second one with Jackie Mason. It's a funny movie as well, but here we go. All right, pretty decent start. Just a little bit low on the face, but that should be down the middle if it registered.
You beast.
And
you
it did.
Savage. Come on, bark like a dog for me.
Decent start. I only had my laptop volume on 50%, but I heard there was something either clapping or whatever. But like I said, you guys will hear those sound bites, and my apologies again if I talk over some of them, but you'll hear multiple of them if you watch this whole round. And I definitely recommend sticking throughout this round and seeing what we have weather-wise coming up. Second shot here, good drive, 95 yards, no slope. Florida is generally pretty flat, but 0.5 right, we got a flat lie. So 95, just gonna, again, seems like with GSPro, try to get more spin. I gotta launch these a bit higher, but going approach wedge and trying to play this 85, 90 or so. Oh, chunked it in. It was very toey. We'll see. That might need to go. Wow. No. We'll take that. Again, I don't know why. It seems like the wedge shots are on the longer side for whatever reason. I don't know if I still need to tweak some settings, but that was chunky and I towed it and we were a little bit long. So, I don't know. Irons are spot on. Driver seems pretty good. All the hybrids are spot on, but for whatever reason, just the way it rolls out, extra rollout with GSPro or whatever, I don't know why that should have been a lot shorter than that, I would have thought. But even through one, second hole, you can tell some darker skies coming around. Second hole, par 4, let's catch the flyover. Planning on playing 2 rounds today, just checking the camera. Planning on playing 2 rounds, so hopefully no rain or anything besides in the game. There are so many. I'm not great at memorizing. Some people can recite lines of movies and whatnot. I'm not great at memorizing. I kind of just watch the movies and enjoy them for what they are. But there's so many great one-liners throughout this movie with Rodney Dangerfield and everyone else that is in it. Wish Dan Aykroyd was in the first one. He was in the second one. He's the guy that Mr. Zesterhouse and whatever that other made-up name was that they had. All right, see if we can follow up similar tee shot to that first one. Didn't feel quite as quick. It's going to be a little bit further right, but there was a better launch that was closer to the middle. We're in play. What did we get out of that one? 274. Take that. All right, 202 left, up a foot. It's gonna come out a little bit left, which will be fine. So 202 total. 6 is a good number, but I'm afraid of the rollout. 7's not gonna quite get there, so I guess it's gonna be a 6. Chunky came out left. We'll see. That's got to get up and go a little bit. Go.
Hey, Smells! $1,000 you missed that putt.
$1,000 you missed that putt. What's the quote? Gambling's illegal at Bushwood, and I never slice. Right into the woods. Again, the course designer, just an amazing job. All the things that he put into this, especially the weather that's coming up. 13 yards. That wasn't a bad 6-iron. We got 200 total out of it. So 13 is going to come out a little bit right. and the green sloping a little bit left to right. So we'll aim there. 13, just gonna have to be a little tiny temperamental. 60. Should be pretty good.
Hey, Smells! $1,000 you missed that putt.
Again, you're going to hear multiple of the sound bites, but the fact that he was able even to put them in, I'm sure towards the end of it you'll hear these same ones 20 times. But all right, even through 2, third hole, par 5, 503. Let's do the flyover. Weather's still clear for now. What did the guy say? I'm having having the round of my life. Only God can strike me down. And then he gets struck by lightning. All right, decent start. Can't imagine this is the most challenging course in the world compared to like PGA courses that I've been playing back here, but gonna fade a little bit, but still pretty decent strike. Gonna be down the middle. Helps when I don't try to. It's colder out today, so I didn't have any kind of hopes and dreams of coming out here and bombing it because of the warmer weather. So it does help when I swing just a little bit easier. Like instead of trying to max out 95, 100% out of the drive, swinging closer to like 85, 90, just like geared down like I was saying before. Seems to work. I mean, those are 3 decent drives. Only 258 on that one, but still. I mean, we're in the fairway, we're in play. Ooh, we gotta go up and over these trees. I don't love this. It's gonna come out right. So 241, it's gonna be a good 4 hybrid number, and we'll aim that way. We'll see if I can launch this enough to get it up and over those trees. Still patiently waiting for this weather to finally turn to where it's like consistently 60, 70 degrees and then beyond that. This morning I did book another trip down to Florida, so you guys can look forward to that in the near future. By the time this video comes out, I might already even be there, I'm not sure, but some more rounds coming. Got some plans to do another scramble with Rick over at Golf in the Villages. All right, 4 hybrid. Oh, that was toey and headed way right. Oh, bounce off the car path and go into the green. Let's go. What a bounce. No. I was being the ball on that one. Right off the car path. That works.
$100.
Birdie.
Gambling is
Well,
illegal at Bushwood.
I had a feeling. I was really looking forward to this round. This may be one of those rounds where things are just going my way. We'll see. Having a good day so far.
I owe you that.
Be the ball, be the ball, be the ball. All right, 1 under through 3, 4th hole, par 4, 389. I did change, I noticed, I don't know if it's just because the course designer did a crazy job with the weather on this one, but I did notice there was an option to use the recommended course settings. So if I see that option going forward, I'm gonna do that. That turns on the wind and it sets the stimps and like the weather to different things. I'm always gonna turn off the wind, at least for now. But I'm gonna get in the habit of, I didn't even realize that was there before, get in the habit of trying to do the recommended course settings. Changes like the fairway firmness just a bit, and like the stimps just a tad, just to make it as realistic as possible for the course that we're playing. All right, we got water left and we got water right, so need another decent one. Aim right down the middle. Clouds are coming in here, getting darker. I don't remember exactly which hole. But you guys will see that with me. I'm also curious. I haven't played, and it was tough to tell with doing with the mouse. I'm not sure if the rain will affect any kind of distances or spin numbers or anything else. So we'll be seeing that together with how the upcoming rain affects things. All right. That was the worst one yet. Not bad though. Still gonna be down the middle. It's just kind of a low piercing off towards the bottom of the club, but we're dry. What do we have left? I think I did the flyover on that one. If not, if I missed that one, my apologies. But 133. All right, so this should be a perfect stock pitching wedge. It's going to come out a little bit left, so we'll aim just right there. And let's see what we can do here with a stock pitching wedge. Play this to 130, 135. So if I put a halfway decent strike on it, this should be perfect. Oh, I thinned it and pulled it left. We'll see. All right, not terrible, but with the ball coming out left, and I pulled that outside the inner circle, but still one under. All right, fifth hole, par 3. Par 3, 273? What is this? Look at the flyover. I am playing the furthest back tees like usual, but par 3, 273. That is gonna have to hit driver, I guess. Didn't anticipate that. So far, these holes have been relatively easy, but all right. Well, this is humbling. Never fun. Never good for the ego when you're pulling out the big dog on a par 3. But I mean, 275, that's crazy for a par 273 for a par 3. Should be decent. A little bit right, just a tad low in the face, but if that gets a bounce, it may be towards the green.
Hey,
Go, baby, go.
$1,000 you missed that putt.
Take that all day long. Par? Well, that's one way to get a par on a par 3 with a driver onto the green. Probably be able to keep this club in my hand, I'm assuming. All right, clouds are getting darker. 6th hole, par 4, we're flying through this front 9. 440, look at this flyover. You should be able to see coming up. I think it's maybe towards the back 9. You can see if I start doing some flyovers when I was testing it out, you can see certain holes that have the rain, and it's just not raining on other holes, which is kind of funny, but all right. 1 under through 5. We got water. Ooh, kind of narrow. I'll go this way. Got water to get over first, as long as I don't top it or do a super low worm burn, and then we got water up to the right, but I won't likely be able to reach that. May come into play on the second shot. All right, a little bit low in the face again. Going to be towards the right, but we aimed left, so should be just fine. Feels nice to actually string together a couple halfway decent drives in a row. Usually hasn't been happening. This club's been, you guys have heard me complain about it enough throughout the past couple months. Still have hopes for it, but we'll see. Still keeping my eye on those used Sim 2s if I can find a bargain. 164. Again, no slope, so it's just going to be a good stock 8 iron. It's going to come out. Ooh, so we're down 1.2, so that's going to kill some spin and make it roll out a little bit longer. Still an 8 iron, but it's going to come out a little bit left, so we'll aim right about there. We'll see if this fades at all, but should be 8 iron. I've been playing it to right around 160, 165. If I catch it a little bit thin or really pipe one, maybe low 170s, but let's see what we get. Popped it up a little bit, but I struck it halfway decent. It's definitely going to fade, and we are in the bunker to the right. I hit it decent. I mean, we got 158 of carry, 165 total. That's right in the ballpark. I just, either the club path, which you guys can see, I have so much going on, I don't look at a lot of that mid-round, but either the path and or club face was open on that. Probably a little bit of both. But, I mean, we're pin high. Now we got a tester of a bunker shot. 15 yards, run an upslope. It's going to come out a little bit left. So we'll aim there. 15 up almost a yard. What I've been doing, so greenside bunkers play 25%, but because of I'm not using RCTs or anything, I may experiment with that going forward. What I've been doing with these type of shots out of like rough and deep rough and everything, because of the spin axis, the spin, the launch, everything, the R10's not obviously super accurate. It's good, but it's not super accurate. I've just been kind of negating the penalties because of the lower spin. So just going to try to play this right around 15. I'm going to open it up and try to carry it close to that. Something in the neighborhood of 12 to 13 yards of carry should be pretty good, but going to have to kind of pop this up and out of this bunker. All right, right up and over the net, but that should be pretty good.
Hey, Smells! $1,000 you missed that putt.
All right, that's like the 5th time we've heard that. $1,000 you missed the putt. Gotta grab another ball, grab a drink while I'm at it, but good bunker shot there. That seems to be the move. I don't know if any of you other R10 users out there have to do similar things with those kind of shorter shots. Open the club up, launch it a bit higher to get it to stop. Took me a few rounds to figure that out, but at least we're able to put things a bit closer with those shorter shots. So 1 under through 6, 7th hole, par 3, 169, down a little more than a yard. So it's likely going to be another 8 iron. 7's going to be too much. I'd rather hit a full 8 than a choke down 7. So hoping that if I hit something right what I did last time, straighten it out a little bit, something in the neighborhood of 160, 165, should put us right in that ballpark. We faded that last one, so I'll aim a little bit left. And if anything, if I don't catch a great, should still put us front side of the green if it's able to stay on. All right, that was hit more solid. Still gonna fade a little bit, but that should be decent. Good swing there. Didn't try to do anything crazy. We'll take the par.
I bet you slice into the woods $100.
Gambling is illegal at Bushwood, sir.
Oh no, pretty good strike so far.
Never slice.
Whoa! So I just caught the end of that. Is the whole transition thing actually working now?
I owe you nothing.
I owe you nothing. I just caught the end of that. It looked like we kind of went up and kind of flew over to the next hole. I was trying to get that to work the past couple rounds. I don't know why it's working on this one, but that's what I've been trying to do instead of just having the screen turn black and go to the next hole. Hopefully, when I watch this back and edit it, it actually works. But 1 under through 7, 8th hole, par 5, 5, 3, 7. Do the flyover and I'll grab my driver. Pretty narrow fairway by the looks of it. I would really like to keep all those little sound bites included in the video, but you never know with YouTube what will happen. They're not super long. There was one a little bit longer that was like maybe 10 seconds long of the sound clip, but I don't think that'll be an issue. Definitely know I unfortunately couldn't play the theme song on the first hole, but pretty cool if you're playing this with like friends or family. You can hear the theme song in the first tee box. All right. Oh, that's hit decent, but it's headed right. Or, I don't know about that. That's definitely a misread. Garmin had a negative spin axis and a negative 69. That was, it definitely started right. Definitely felt like that was going to start right and stay right. Garmin had that drawing, that baby draw down the middle. I mean, I'll take it, but feels like I kind of got bailed out on that one. That one should have been up the right side, possibly into the rough. 260 home. Debating. I've been taking out the 3-wood a little bit more. I could do it, although we're 1 under, so I don't really want to do anything crazy. I'm just going to hit 4 hybrid up there. That 3-wood, especially since I haven't been hitting it very much. It's a very 50-50 club. 50% of the time I get like 250 plus out of it, but then the other 50% I get, I like top it or don't catch it great and get like 200. So I'd rather do a more surefire 230, 240, occasionally 250 if I pipe one with this 4 hybrid, but just looking for anything 230, 240, give myself a little bit of a wedge. Hit it decent. Club face was a little bit open, but that should be in that ballpark. Go, baby, go. Oh, that's a lot of roll out there. I mean, 132 ball speed on a 4 hybrid. We got 255 out of it for a birdie. Take that, sure. And that's what I'm talking about. Finally, the whole transition thing worked. I don't know. I didn't do anything different. I feel like that's more visually appealing, though. Going kind of, like I said, kind of up. Do a little bit of a fly over to the next tee box. Kind of cool. All right. 2 under through 8. 9th hole here. Par 4. What are we looking at? We got water. I mean, even just the graphics, the sunlight off that water. Piecing together a decent round so far. We'll see if I don't get struck by lightning like they do in the movie, and the rain doesn't affect things too much. We could have a halfway decent round by the end of this if I can keep it together throughout the back 9. Pretty big dogleg left, and we got water to get over, so definitely gonna bail out this way. Hit it decent, but it was low in the face. Not gonna be bad though. Took a little bit too much of a safe line out to the left. I don't think we have tree trouble. We went just into the rough, but what does that give us? So the rough's gonna be 6%, but again, it's gonna reduce the spin. So I kind of just been negating that, but 187. This should be a good stock 7, and we're down. Ooh, maybe not. 7 might come up long. I mean, we're on a 5.2 downward slope, which is going to reduce the spin even more. So this is going to hit and roll out a ton. I don't think 8 iron will get there, even with the reduced spin. So I'm still going to have to go 7. I don't need to do anything crazy. I am just going to aim and still kind of experimenting and sticking with the little bit of a fade if I can do it. 2-way miss kind of going, but let's see what we get with the 7. Don't need to crush this, just smooth swing. Been playing this to right around 180, 185 total, which if we weren't in the rough would be perfect, but we'll see with the downslope and what we get out of here spin wise. Popped it up a little bit, but I hit it really good.
So we finish 18.
That'll work.
He's gonna stiff me.
Greens and fairways
And
are
I
pretty
say,
firm.
hey,
We're getting,
Bama,
you guys
hey,
can hear it when it
how about a
bounces.
little
We're getting some
something, you know,
rollout.
For the effort, you know. And he says, oh, there won't be any money.
I don't want to speak too
When
soon,
you
but
die,
swing's feeling
on your deathbed,
relatively
you will
dialed.
receive.
Those are famous last
total
words. I'll probably fall apart
consciousness.
here. The back 9 and maybe even into the next round. We'll see.
So I got
Got a
that going.
PGA Tour course coming up next, but
Which is nice.
so that last shot, like I said, 6% reduction. I know it's getting cut off on the left side, but we had 94% speed and we only had 77% spin, hence the 15 yards of rollout. But onto the back 9 we go. 10th hole, par 4, 391. Right at a half an hour on the camera, which is usually I start at like a couple minutes before, so we're making good time. Helps when you're playing well and you're 2 under. Alright. Let's keep this going, shall we? Clouds getting darker. Oh, we got some rain coming down a little bit. trying to think. I avoid the rain as much as I can. Obviously back here I can't play in the rain, and on course I play enough golf to where if there's even a more than like a 20% chance of rain, I just don't play because I don't want to get my clubs all wet, have to dry them out, take my bag up all apart. So I'm not 100% sure. I don't have a ton of experience playing in the rain. I'd assume it probably reduces some spin. We'll have to see what happens. That was higher on the face towards the heel. Not a terrible swing, just didn't quite square it up. Lifting my left heel up a little bit more, try to get a little bit extra power in the backswing. I think it's slowing me down just a tad too in the backswing and transition, which is good. Again, to habits when I'm not kind of focused on that, I bring it back and come through way too quick. All right, we got a little bit of tree trouble. Driver's been decent today. I mean, granted we've been some rollout because everything's so firm. We got, what was that, 23 yards of rollout, which is a ton. But still, I mean, 270, we've been up in that neighborhood most of the shots, pretty good. So I'm not gonna change it. We got this tree. I've got 125. That's either a well-struck full approach wedge, which I could try, or a choke down pitching wedge. I guess we'll go approach wedge and hope we just get lucky with these trees. Plane coming over. Oh, I thinned it, but it was straight. We'll see.
Hey, Smells!
Thin to win.
$1,000 you
Didn't
missed
hit that very
putt.
good. That was very low on the face and Healy, but we'll take the par. Get out of that hole. All right, well, grab my driver. Don't need it. 2 under through 10, 11th hole, par 3, 153. This should be a perfect stock 9. Play it anywhere right around 150, 155. Occasionally I get low 160s if it's warmer out, I'm swinging it good, and I really strike one well. But stock 9 iron. Got a little bit of a light rain coming. Having the round of my life. I don't think the heavy stuff will come down for quite a while. Or quite some time, whatever that quote is. That was pretty flush. Club face was a little bit open, but that was hit well.
Hey, Smells! $1,000
Take that
you
all day
missed
long.
that putt.
We're waiting.
No, 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 no. All right, rain's picking up. 2 under through 11, 12th hole, par 4, 393. I mean, these are like gettable. These aren't very challenging holes, and like distance-wise, it's not crazy if you're playing the furthest back tees. But that one par 3, kind of strange. That's a weird hole to put in there at 273 or whatever it was. Doesn't really fit with the rest of these holes, but all right. I don't really know how I'm going to be able to tell if the rain's affecting anything, but narrow landing spot. Need another just good, decent, smooth drive up there. Not terrible, but that was high on the face towards the right. Again, real life, that would have been significantly more than 94 RPMs of side spin, but is what it is with the Garmin. Not that that was a bad swing, it just wasn't squared up. What does that leave us? 114, up about 2 yards. Okay. Well, it's going to be about a 75% approach wedge. And for whatever reason, I don't get why, there's no problem with 9 iron, 8 iron, 9 iron pitching wedge. It's whatever reason with this approach wedge, especially the choke down shots, have been flying I've been hitting them long. I'm probably doing that anyways, but it seems like for whatever reason in GS Pro, things are flying. There's been times where I've been 10, 20, even 25 yards longer than what I would expect, and then that one that I hit at the beginning, it was chunky and I hit it toey and it was still a bit long. So we'll see. Maybe I'm just, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Approach wedge. Oh, hit it decent, but it was pulled a little bit left. Yeah. Still, I can understand. I mean, 130 out of that, that's a bit long. I can understand the pull. That was a pull draw being a little bit longer. That was dead center in the middle of the club face, so I hit it good. But I think for whatever reason, I don't understand how everything else can be spot on besides some of these wedge distances. But all right, missed green there. We gotta see if we can make up for it. 18 yards, down slope. It's gonna run out more and less spin. It's gonna come out a little bit left. So we're gonna aim about there and open up the 60. May go up and over the net. May end up taking down, I was debating doing it today, but I may take down, deconstruct these nets like I've been talking about, either this afternoon or maybe tomorrow, and hopefully get the new ones strung up. I may have to end up taking down, I know it's getting cut off, but this tree right here, that's where these nets are currently attached to. I'm debating either cutting off a lot of these branches, so when I extend it up, nothing catches the nets, but I may end up taking that tree completely down. We'll see. All right. 18. So, I mean, it's going to be similar. I want to try to fly this about 15. Open it up. I think it'll be decent, but I kind of drop kicked it. Go in the hole.
Missed that putt.
We're waiting.
Better be lucky than good. We'll take that for par for sure. Rain's picking up. Don't see any lightning yet. I don't know if there is lightning, but obviously within the movie. So, still 2 under, 13th hole, par 4, 304. I mean, it still blows my mind, the graphics alone, but the fact that like they can be sophisticated enough. I'm sure he designed maybe the other course first, or did this one and then just kept the weather all the same for that actual course, but the fact that they can like make dynamic weather here to what it's like in the movie is just wild. And the fact that they could put the theme song in and the sound bites throughout depending on what happens with the shot, it's just crazy. I mean, I know I'm paying for it for the price. GS Pro isn't exactly cheap, but pretty crazy software. I did want to ask and mention, if you guys know, I'm still a very new user to GS Pro, if you guys know any more kind of quirky courses like this, maybe that were part of movies. I don't know if like Tin Cup maybe has a, any of the famous golf movies maybe has a course, but if you guys know any kind of like quirky courses like this, let me know down in the comments, and I look forward to, if you guys put any down there that you know about, look forward to playing those. A little bit low, maybe a baby draw, but oh no!
That's right, it sucks.
Doing too much talking. I should have aimed. I didn't know that water was there, or if I saw it, it didn't register. Should have aimed further right, or not. Made sure I kept the club face open. That's unfortunate. That's gonna hurt the scorecard, but we'll take a drop. Can't do anything about it now. I would like to take a mulligan, but so we're in the rough, 99. We're on a downslope. It's going to come out left. It's up about 3 yards. Aim about there, and it's going to be an approach wedge, and hopefully we'll see distance-wise what happens. Man, that's unfortunate. We had such a good round going too. As long as I can stick this on the green, we'll still be able to save a decent score, but all right, got to lock back in here. That might be too much. I hit that pretty solid. See, and that one was perfect. I don't get it. Sometimes I end up being 20 yards long. Other times it's exactly what happened. That was a centered strike, as centered as I can get. That was very smooth swing, good tempo, solid contact, right around what I was trying to do for that distance, and it was spot on. Other times were 10, 20 yards long with that same club, with a similar feel too. So that's a good way to make up for that drop stroke in the water. Still 2 under, rain's still picking up. Again, I mean, how cool is this? 77% spin out of that last one. We were in the rough, I believe, so it took off. It's 93% instead of usually that should have been 94 because of the 6%. Maybe the rain took off an extra percent of the speed and maybe a little bit more of the spin. I'm not sure. There's no real way that I know of to check what it would have been without the rain, but all right, still 2 under, luckily. 14th hole, par 4, 377. Oh yeah, and there was some these construction signs too. Rodney Dangerfield, I think that's what these are. I remember seeing those when I was doing like a test round with the mouse. All right, so we got water left, we got water right, we got water left again. Well, let's go about there. No more penalty strokes. I haven't squared anything, or everything up, I should say, but I mean, I'm relatively happy with how I'm hitting the ball so far. No real horrendous shots. Oh, that one's not great though. That's even lower and more left. That could be wet again. All right. Luckily I hit it poor enough where it's short of that. Only 254 on that one. So we're in the rough, 119. A little bit of an upslope, gonna come out a little bit left, which is fine. So I'm just gonna go pretty full, about a 95% or so approach wedge. Granted, I hit that last one 130, but I think that was either a slight misread or some little whatever's going on with GSPro. But usually, if I hit one well with this club, it's about 125. 130 isn't crazy, considering I pulled that last one too, but usually, even if I hit it good and maybe just a tad heavy or something, still only about 120. So we're just gonna take a decent swing at it with the approach wedge. Again, this is a 71 degree P770 approach wedge. Oh, that was chunked and I pulled it, so we'll see. The pull helped on the distance, but I'll chunk that. Alright, short left. "13 yards, we're on an upslope. It's gonna come out a little bit right, and the green's going that way. Oh, there's some lightning. We'll aim there. 13 yards. So I want to try to carry this about 10. So I'm thinking fly it into the net, somewhere in here maybe. Depending on how the wind's pushing this net, I have 12 to 15 feet from the middle of the mat to the net. So kind of use that to judge a little bit. Caught it a little heavy. Looks like that was the first no read of the round, I think. Looks like I didn't ground the club enough behind. Do it again. I think that would have been fine. Let's see if I can make a bit cleaner contact. Pop that one up more, but that might need to go just a little bit.
$1,000 you missed that putt.
Just on the edge of the inner circle. That first one would have been a little bit better on distance, but take that for another par. Still, again, piecing together a decent round, sticking at that 2 under. Haven't been able to tack on any more than that, but 15th hole, par 5, looks like the rain's over, so we escaped the lightning. Still having the round of my life back here. Par 5, 516. I might have to do this round again. This course is awesome. Everything that they put into it. And hopefully I stick around this for the next few holes, and then PGA course next time that I'm doing is going to be, I'm sure, significantly worse score-wise, but as long as I can at least have a bright spot here playing this round, I don't really care what happens as much score-wise on the next one. All right, we do have water all along the left side. And what do we have? All right, so we're clear that way. So I'm gonna aim, yeah, that's water there. Sorry if this is making you a little dizzy. I'm gonna aim right there, I think. If I can find my tee. A little bit low on the face, probably fade a little bit. It's just kind of, oh, Garmin missed it, so it's just dead straight. Hit it halfway decent though. So that was another one. I mean, side spin's not the strong point, but if you guys see up here, spin axis and side spin, it was just 0 and 0. That means that Garmin didn't quite get all the information on that shot. So when that happens, it just defaults to a dead straight shot, which obviously score-wise and playing back here, that's not the worst thing in the world. It just, whatever way it launched, I hit that relatively straight on the net, so it just started straight and stayed straight. But if you're trying to improve, whether you're good, bad, or somewhere in between of a golfer, you want the most accurate information you can get, and not quite that with the R10. Definitely more able to tell the strong points and the not so strong points with the R10 here in GSPro with all the metrics pulled up every single time. So we're on an upslope. It's going to come out a little bit right. That should be fine there, 250. Still going to keep the 3-wood in the bag. Wouldn't be a bad shot to try it here, but just gonna go 4 hybrid and we'll see. Hit it pretty good. It's gonna fade just a little bit, but that should be towards the front side.
Hey, Smells!
223 yards to carry, rolled out to just 241. Take that every day of the week.
Gambling is illegal at
I'm catching
Bushwood,
things clean
sir,
today.
and
Kind of surprising. You never know what I'm going to
slice.
get out here. I never know what I'm going to get, good, bad, or ugly. Seems like I'm swinging. Maybe I'm just not overthinking things.
I owe you nothing.
I owe you nothing. I mean, that was a crispy 4 hybrid, and I'm not trying to swing out of my shoes at anything, so just putting good, decent, smooth swings on it, and I'm catching things good, which is always nice. Doesn't happen very often. So, 3 under now, 16th hole, par 4, 404. You guys just saw the flyover. I guess we'll leave it there. These are some kind of narrow landing spots. This is a good day to have driver be halfway decent. That one's headed left. Ooh. And it looks like first no read off the tee. So I think that's 2 no reads. Get another shot at that. Still was hit decent, but that was started left and staying left. That was a pulled draw. Oh, that was the complete opposite. That was high on the face and headed right. Not bad enough to leave a sky mark or anything, but those are 2 complete opposite swings back to back with driver. We're in play though. 138. I like that number. Should be perfect. A little bit on the long side, but perfect stock pitching wedge. Again, 130, 135. So should, barring a horrendous strike, which does and could happen, should put us somewhere on the green here. Oh, that was thin and left. Get a little bit extra distance out of it though, maybe. No.
We'll wait.
Alright, take that for par. Striking it good, getting a little bit lucky. 2 holes left, 3 under through 16. 17th hole, we got a tree over here. Par 3, 174. Let's take a look at this flyover. Ooh, we got water to go over. Alright, so in between club, not going to get the 8 iron there, so I'm going to have to hit the 7. And if I strike it well, it'll be a good miss if I come up long, but play this to, like I said, 180, 185. I'm just going to have to hit the 7, and if I come up long, so be it. But I don't really want to choke down and try to get cute with it because I got to get up and over that water. So worst case scenario, I think we'll be in that bunker or maybe even over it if I really pipe one, but we'll see. Going 7. I think carry is usually around that high 160s into the 170s with this club, and then rolls out to that 180, 185-ish. So we'll see how it lands. Could be decent. Well, it was straight, but it was pretty thin. We'll see. May have hit it thin enough just to work out.
Hey, Smells!
Stay on the green. Sit.
$1,000
Sit.
you missed that putt.
Alright. Kind of like what I was talking about. A little bit thin, but 182 total. Right what I would expect. Really glad this transition thing's working. Alright. 3 over. We made it. 18th hole. Par 4. 419. This has been one of the better rounds. I'm glad it kind of worked out this way. Been looking forward to coming out and doing this one. Piecing together a good rounds there. If you would have told me I'd be 3 under going into 18 right now on this course, I would have taken it 10 out of 10 times.
For this
You would have told me I
young
would have been
Cinderella,
even 1 under.
come out of nowhere. He's got about 350 yards left.
Just make sure. Camera should still be good. I've been checking it. It is. Not much I can do about it now anyways,
he
but...
got all of that one.
Alright.
He's got to be pleased with that.
Oh, this was the longer clip with Bill Murray with the flowers. He
He
got all of that one. I forgot to... I should have pulled that out. Oh, sorry. I hit the wrong button. I'll cancel that. Try to press the J button to jump, not to fly over again. Alright, we got to get over that tree. We got water there, so we're going to have to bail out up the right side. And hopefully we don't catch this tree. Should be fine.
It's in the hole! It's in the hole!
It's in a hole. It's in a hole. That longer soundbite could cause issues, but hopefully not. Low on the face, but that's going to be a low piercing baby draw. Go! And we got away with it. I mean, that's not a bad swing. I would take that all day long. 146. Garmin had as the ball speed. It's a good swing. I'm just a little bit worried with that lower draw. Today, it seems to be working out. Don't want to speak too soon. Got 1 or 2 more shots, but I've been opening the face just a little bit to try to force myself with knowing subconsciously, or even consciously I guess, knowing that the club face is a bit open at address, really force myself to get through the ball and release the club, straighten things out a little bit. So, I mean, I've been pretty much where I've wanted to put the ball. Had a couple over fades, slices that were a little bit too much, couple that went too far left, but for the most part, with kind of playing my more fade swing and having the club face open, knowing that if I don't release the club, it's going to start right and stay right. So that seems to be a decent recipe so far. We'll see if that continues for the round I'm playing after this, but hopefully final shot here. 144 up about a yard. So we got 145 in between number. It's going to be a choke down 9. It's going to be about a 75% 9. Let's see if I get the distance right. Struck it good. Started a little bit left. Good distance, and just started left and stayed left. Good read from the R10, good swing, and good round. So let's take a look at this, folks. This usually doesn't happen. I'm pretty excited to look at this, and that is a clean looking scorecard if I've seen one, at least for me. So from the famous Caddyshack course, aka Bushwood Country Club, shout out again to the course designer, Run Pud Run. Amazing job, everything you put into this. We ended up with a 3 under 68 somehow. So 34 on the front, 34 on the back. Very clean scorecard. All pars on the front, 2 birdies, and then all pars on the back and 1 birdie. Really, really happy with that. Let's take a look at these stats. 15 pars, 3 birdies, nothing else besides that, but I'll take that every single time I come out here if I could. 31 putts, 1 sand save, no mulligans, just over an hour, which is good, but that was also me having to sit through the 2 to 3 minute whatever it was song at the beginning, just because unfortunately I couldn't include that. I mean, I knew I was striking it good. 72% greens in regulation, take that all day long. 10 out of 14. Granted, there was some side spin and a few missed from the Garmin shots in there, so a little bit straighter than it probably would have normally been. But 71% also take that. I guess negative 3.9, but really a plus handicap 3.9 for this round. Brings me down to almost scratch within GSPro. Longest drive 278, average drive 269, was swinging it decent. Average ball speed from the Garmin, again, I think a bit on the low side, but is what it is, because considering, as you guys see down here, still using the 3,000 feet of the elevation to kind of help with some of the shortage distances for the longer clubs, but I've talked enough about that. But 144 average, 146 was the best. So all in all, very, very pleased. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Really cool, fun, quirky course with all the weather and the sound bites and everything else. But again, let me know down below if you have any quirky courses that you know are available within GSPro, or otherwise just any courses you'd like to see in general in GSPro. Again, if you search and just Google SGT, short for Simulator Golf Tour, if you Google SGT courses, it pulls up a map, and you can type in and search any of the available courses, and that's the entire list of everything within GSPro. So if you look for a certain course and you search something or find one on there, and it's available on that website, I'm able to play it here. So let me know down in the comments. I have a list going. Playing the PGA Tour course next, and then next time I come out, I have another fun, good idea course request from Graham that I'm planning on doing. So again, I have the list going. Happy to add any type of course requests that you guys have. Ideally, I call them subscriber requested courses. So if you're gonna suggest or request a course, at least hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate it. But I'm gonna wrap this one up, reset things here. Check out those Amazon links down below. Appreciate all the support. Appreciate if you guys made it this far in the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the next course.